Would lie. Would lie. Would lie.
Two,
Da,
one.
da, da. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Reject Rundown. It is me, Tony the Kid. We got a cool ass episode, man. We stopping on by real quick, have a good little let's talk about it. But I can't do it alone, man. I got the old man with me. Old man, what's up?
Hey, you need somebody to sit down and talk with you. All right, everybody, how's it going? It's old man RJ, the oldest player in the game, the man who puts every game to shame. And
Yes,
how's it going,
indeedy.
Tony? Kid?
I'm good. I'm all right. I'm hanging in there, man. Hanging in there. I think we're having some fun today. It was for sure a lot of things that came out of the woodwork that I had no idea kind of went down at all whatsoever. And I know we were chatting it up, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, you know what, man, this is some BS, man. We need to have a conversation. You know what I mean? We need to do an old school let's talk about it episode, bring this segment back, and just have some convos pertaining to what arise, man, because it's crazy. Some of the stuff that we're about to talk to today, it threw me off guard. It really threw me off guard, and very shocked at it. But let's dive in. Let's get into it little by little, and hopefully we get people to kind of understand what the hell we're talking about, right?
Mm-hmm. I
First thing
agree.
on the board is this one, right? This particularly one came out of nowhere. I had no idea what this was running through the NBA world. This kind of came across my social media page as I'm scrolling and I'm doing my thing, and I share with the old man and the rejects, and I'm like, how come we never heard about this? Like, he's currently in jail. Karl Malone, the mailman, the guy that we used to watch compete against MJ in his final games in the NBA seasons of his dynasty run with the Chicago Bulls. We're like, what the hell is going on with this? How come we have not heard anything? Did you kind of get a read about what was going on with this, old man?
Actually, to tell you the truth, that's the first time I heard about it.
Yeah.
I never knew about the story until you shared it with me.
It's
But quick, big question is, how did you get the report, or how did you find out about it? Is it from a legit place, or?
Well, that's the thing. So I was running through TikTok, and then I was just scrolling, and then somebody, how when they do the post about NBA players or whatever case to be, they put one up there, and they end up showing the I guess a reaction to Patrick Beverly, one of the NBA players back then that was playing last year, hearing out about Malone's past and how he got arrested and what was going on with that situation while he was in jail. And Patrick Beverly was freaking out and he was upset of what he was hearing, like amazed at this. And I'm like thinking to myself, I'm like, bro, is this like a makeup type of post? Is this just, somebody just making little snippets and they just put it together and put it out there? And I'm like, something's weird. Something's throwing me off. So then I Googled it, of course, trying to get some research into it. And Yahoo Sports reported something 3 weeks ago stating that NBA fans are demanding the removal of Karl Malone's statue. And in my mind, when I'm reading that, I'm like, Yahoo Sports would not post something like that and think like as if it was a fake news or whatever case may be. So I read it more
No, they
in
wouldn't.
depth. Yeah, like they have to get a resource. They had to get a credential resource to come through with that, right?
Yes, because it could cause. Let's say if this was a false news or false report,
Right.
it would have hurt Yahoo a lot because Yahoo has become very legit nowadays.
It's a legitimate website.
But
Yahoo
yeah,
Sports is
it's
a
been a
legitimate
legitimate
website.
website.
Exactly. So for them to go out there and put something out in the post is like, what the hell? What is up with that? What does that mean? Why? Right? So I read more into it, and it seems as if, it's been on the hush hush, but Karl Malone was. Let me read this right, because I want to make sure I'm getting it right. Fans are asking for Silver to hold up his kind of standard throughout the league, not just with the Atlanta Hawks promotion, but if going to be canceled. So we're canceling the ceremony. So it looks like worth getting his status or over. However, fans calling for removal. That's crazy. Fans. Yeah, I'm trying to get that part. So, okay. So, it's going to be hard for me to read here, but the report goes, and one of the sentences on there says, when Malone was a 20-year-old college sophomore, he impregnated a 13-year-old girl. Hence why he was
Imagine
being
Jerry
invested,
Lee Lewis. But
bro.
Jerry Lee Lewis, he married his like 12-year-old cousin, I think it was.
And for that, man, that's rough. That's rough. That is rough. Of all standard and what we've been discussing and talking about, these celebrities being held accountable for their actions, and especially with this whole Jeffrey Epstein stuff like that went through all through news media, and holding these kind of guys, these celebrities, to a standard. Like,
Yeah,
that's a big standard. You know what I mean? That is a standard up right there that needs to be done. And I never, I don't know why we never heard about this whatsoever. Why it never went through our news feed in any way,
I
shape, or
think
form.
because the NBA tried to, NBA has been good. Any sport, I think not just NBA, but a lot of sports have been good at hiding uh, information that can hurt somebody. And I guess they did that for Karl Malone, probably, which is, you know, in my opinion, is kind of messed up because there's been people who've been taken out of the NBA for a lot less compared to what he's done.
Yep.
But it makes me wonder with several things. One is, where is the child that he had, and is he paying? Did the child ever get the child support? Does the child get any type of privilege being Karl Malone's kid?
Yeah.
Second, well, how does the family of the girl he impregnated feel? How, till today, do they still have like, what are their thoughts about him in general? Especially because he was 20 years old and he impregnated their 13-year-old daughter back in the day.
Yeah. And it's weird. And the crazy thing is that I didn't know this, but I remember something about, like, I remember Karl Malone getting a lot of highlight all of a sudden in the NBA just like a little while back. It wasn't that far fetched in the last couple years, right? It wasn't that like 10 years ago. Oh, they honored Karl Malone or whatever case it be. It was just recently when they started to kind of highlight and discuss, like anniversary NBA All-Star, give it up for such and such person, right? Karl Malone was like, they did a dedication to him back in 2023 during the All-Star game. They had him come out, take pictures, all that good stuff, or whatever case it be, with a lot of the people. Take photos with LeBron, take photos with Kareem, and he didn't answer any questions, and that was a big thing. Was not answering any questions. People were not able to ask him anything. He just kind of took the pics with the celebs, the other players, and moved it along. And I'm like, that makes, I don't know, man. That questions the intent. That questions what the thought process is when it came to the NBA. Did they? I mean, they had to have known at that time. Like, how do you not know that this was something in the back end going on, being discussed about one of your NBA players, your beloved, in a sense, NBA players? Like, who didn't love Karl Malone back in Utah back in the 90s? Tell me one player, one fan that didn't love him back then.
Not just that. Think about this. He was part of the Dream Team. Remember that.
Yes, exactly.
So it just tells you, like, they they allowed so much to happen just because I think one, probably the owners of the team paid off a lot to hush hush. Probably NBA did.
Mm-hmm.
You never know.
Yeah, you're right. You never know. The other sucky part is he's part of wrestling history. You know what's about to happen right now, old man? At WrestleMania, they're going to dedicate, or they're going to do a Hall of Fame introduction for Dennis Rodman. And what storyline did Dennis Rodman succeed when he was in WCW?
NWO, and he had a match with DDP and Karl Malone, where it was Dennis Rodman and Hollywood Hogan versus DDP and Karl Malone.
Yes. So my question
Which
is
weird. The two, no, but let me put out one thing. The two
go ahead.
bad guys were on the wrong side. Karl Malone was, look at who Karl Malone is. Rodman,
Yep.
even though he was a bad guy, but he wasn't really. I never heard of Rodman doing anything, any wrongdoing, unless I know. Well, actually, I think he was called out for domestic violence, but I'm not too
Hmm.
sure. I
Hmm.
don't, allegedly. I don't
Yeah.
remember much. But look at Hogan, Hogan's reputation. So it looks like, in my opinion, the two good guys were DDP and Rodman, and they were on opposite sides of that ring.
Hmm. It made it really kind of, I don't know. Oh man, it disturbs me. It disturbs me that this is what's going on in the world, and I am concerned that no one. I don't know, man. I'm concerned about what's happening with those guys. It's like, why? Like,
But
throws me out, man. Go ahead.
and to you being a father, you got daughters, right? How would your mindset be if somebody at that age hooked up with, one of your kids at 13? Yes, let's put it, same situation, NBA superstar, bound to make money later on. But look at the fact that, like, there, you never know what happened to the family or anything.
Hmm.
You never knew that the kid got money off of this at all.
Right.
Child support.
Right.
So it's like put yourself in the shoe of the parents, the 13-year-old girl.
Hmm.
Can you imagine all the things that she had to go through?
Yeah.
And
It.
imagine with her being 13 years old, what she had to go through now that she had the kid.
Oh
What
man.
was How did her friends treat her? How did people? Because her friends, of course, they're gonna be like, 13-year-old just had a kid with a future superstar. Now it's
Yep.
the future superstar
Yep.
later on. So then you turn around and you think about the friends of the parents and how they look at the kid and look at the parent too.
Exactly. It's an ongoing situation. It's not. It's everlasting until the little one pretty much grows up and moves on. It sucks. And like, if I, like, bro, right now, if I'm the parents and this is like happening, my thing would be is knowing all this that occurred, and as a parent knowing all this during the time frame, I would be infuriated about what the hell is happening, and the fact that why isn't no one discussing what happened with him and my child. Like, I would be that angry. I would be. There's no way I would be able to keep my mouth shut. And in essence, and back then would be is like the only way you were able to keep your mouth shut is when you were able to have to sign something, which then be rewarded something, and which then led on for X amount of years. So
Which
it's like,
means, do you think that the parents, other, let's put it this way: you are a parent, right? This happens.
yep,
You're bound to probably have to put Karl Malone went to jail, I believe, for it. But when he got out, you as a parent, I think you still have um, legal say over what happens with your daughter and not your grandchild. So aren't you not going to take money and say, hey, you did this, now you had to pay years and years for the child?
exactly.
Would you take it to court?
I think me being the prideful person that I am, I know for a fact I would took it to court. There's no way I'm letting an NBA All-Star player like this, who's done such or whatever case may be. There's no way I'm not saying nothing. Even to this day, there's no amount of money in the whole wide world is gonna sit there and tell me that I'm gonna hush up my mouth and not point my finger at you and put you on the face of news media. Hell no. You disgraded, you dishonored my daughter. Okay, you dishonored my daughter. You literally messed up her whole life. You traumatized her to the endless oomph. Okay, and for you to go away and still play your games and earn millions and millions and stuff like that, and be all over national TV and doing this and this. There ain't no way in the whole wide world I'm letting you get all that done scot free. Hell no, 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 no. And as much as I don't want to be, showing my baby girl a face all over the place like that, it's also my encouragement to her to help empower her and be like, you cannot let this happen to you. You cannot allow this to happen. There's no way. You're being strong by speaking up. This is what we teach our kids. This is what we teach our friends or our families and stuff like that, to speak up and be strong to do such. You can't shut up about it. You cannot not talk about it. You have to speak on it so that way it doesn't happen to the next person. And all signs are there for us to know that this is true, that this is not true. This is facts right here. Hell no, I'm not stopping that. No, man. Tell him right now, the SWAT team is gonna have to keep me off for that guy. You know what's funny, man? My daughter and I had a discussion something similar to this about, why we don't let her go sleep over a friend's house, and why we don't let her go do this and that with her friends like that, a little extra. Like we're being a little less unfair to her compared to her friends. So I explained to her. I said, as you get older, I hope you understand. But currently right now, your mom and I went through a lot of stuff growing up. So the one thing that we didn't want you to do is be put in harm's way. And not saying that other people are harmful in the sense of like who you're going to be hanging out with, like their friends or, their mom and dad or whatever case to be. Don't want to be disrespectful. But what if there's that one person who has that one thought, who decides to not know the boundary and cross it? So I explained to her that right there is what scares your mom and I, is that one chance end up happening. And then that one chance that happens, now you're traumatized for the rest of your life.
And sometimes the worst part is you never know when will your child tell you if something happened. Do they keep
Exactly.
it quiet because
When?
they're afraid?
Correct.
That's the other thing. Is next thing you know, your kid is now a few months pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what happened? How did you end up with this? Who did it?
Right.
Second, now you got to try to. If this happened, now you got to go talk to the parents where she stayed at,
Mm-hmm.
and now you got to investigate on. Okay, you guys let my daughter. I entrusted my daughter on your hands.
Exactly. Yes.
What happened?
Yes.
So that's the one thing your daughter won't. She ain't gonna tell you. She's gonna tell you, I'm going to sleepover. Like they know, she and her friends go out somewhere,
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like
and
all
yep,
those chances happen. All those chances that could happen. All because I said you can go ahead and sleep over her house. All that trickle effect, man. Man. So I'm like, that's why I explained to her. There's no way. I'm sorry. I'm like, just know that we're protecting you the best way we know we see fit. And if it bothers you as you go older, I'm sorry. And just know that I do apologize if it does bother you. But this conversation I would love to have with you as you get older. And when you learn and hear out other people's testimonies, stories, and see where that, see where that difference comes in. Why were you able to why did this happen to you? Oh, I went over, I was able to sleep at my cousin's house, and my cousins, I guess there was a, in-law family member or whatever case to be that came over at this party, and next thing you know it, my door opens up. Oh, what's it called? I went on my friend's house and my girlfriend said, let's go over such and such houses instead. Let's go hang out with them. So they go over there. What do? Boys or whatever, probably doing something stupid or whatever case to be. Some happens to you get something slipped in your drink. Bro, you had no idea. And then we don't find out until you fucking 23 years old, wondering why you a drug addict or whatever case to be. Like, hell no, 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 no. I said no,
now
never.
the same question lands on. We're not just aiming at girls. Let's put it. You have a boy. Your boy goes out there at 13, and let's say something like this happened, but it's vice versa. Now
Yep.
he is the one impregnating a 20-year-old woman.
Yeah. I'm whooping his
Once
ass.
again,
I'm whooping my son's ass. I'm like, boy, you son of a, you mother. I'm gonna uppercut you.
And
Man,
the thing
go
is,
ahead.
you're stuck now with, again, in a way, I believe you're stuck with responsibility of not just your child, but the grandchild.
Exactly. Yes. That child's future now is
And
in our hands to make sure it's taken care of for the rest of life. Yep.
that's the thing. It's on
Man.
either side of the story. The parents are the ones that pay.
Mm-hmm. Nope, that is true. Yep. We are the ones that suffer. All because of an innocent decision sometimes, right? That innocent decision of saying, yeah, go ahead. You can sleep over there. All of a sudden this whole dramatic thing occurred, and then now it's just the rest of our lives. So that sucks, man. That sucks. It's a sucky situation, but it's like that's that situation. But it's also to like NBA, man. You need to do something about this. My my
Well,
my thing
not just
my thing too.
NBA.
Oh yeah,
My opinion would be not just NBA because this also lands on the parents of that girl themselves.
yeah,
If they get paid to not say anything no more.
facts. And it
Imagine, cause,
it seems like it's all because you want to hold this info because it hurts your stockholders, right?
mhm,
And
and
it's
that's what
like,
I'm thinking.
yep, like you don't want to say nothing because
Look
it's gonna
on,
be bad for your image. But bro, it's more. It, oh man, if I'm not mistaken, wouldn't it be more worse for your image if you're the one finding out you're holding information?
yeah. Well, that's the thing is how long they hide it.
Mm-hmm.
Nowadays, it just happened now. Look at the whole. Uh, can't think of anyone else, but there's been celebrities who have been in this situation, and look how that turned out. There's celebrities that had kids way before at a young age, and some of them didn't even be around their kids at all.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. It all lands on one. Why the parents haven't said nothing?
Mm-hmm.
Did they just accepted a buyout? Which means this girl pretty much walked in being taught how to do. Wasn't taught right.
Right. It sucks. It's just bad. It's bad. Ugh. People. Well, fix your problems, NBA, and you other franchisees that tend to be in the mix of this information. Bad for your image if you hide it. You'll be better off shedding light to it and saying we're gonna fix the problem. Don't sit there and do it all because of everything else. Yes, this does detriment your past. This does, shed a lot of negative light in certain aspects of what made your company great at the time. Like we said, the dream team, like we said, the freaking what's it called? The dynasty of the Jazz itself in general. But at the end of the day, at least it's not your fault. It's you shed light to one person's bad decision. And you were then, once you found out, held that one person accountable for his actions. It's just, oh man, if I'm not mistaken, isn't the same issues that we were talking about what happened with John Morant and this whole gun situation? That what was happening? Like that team needs to do something about it. They need to help hold him accountable. It's his actions.
Didn't
You
they
don't
just
do
suspend him for like a week or something like that, or for a
some
year?
some stupid like that. Yeah, some little like that where people were like infuriated, like us, sitting here saying, "Why would like come on? That's a bad image." No,
Yeah, it is. And like I said, there's people who lost careers for doing something less impactful than what Malone and what Jim Morant done.
yeah,
And you just see how not just NBA but NFL itself how they protect certain players, but others they punish.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Oh man, uh, this might be
Hmm.
breaking news right now, but I don't know if you're paying attention. But what the hell is Gunther over there helping out Paul Heyman? Well, not really, but he attacked Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins.
I guess it might be Gunther against Rollins at WrestleMania
Mania.
because they didn't have nobody for Gunther at all.
Yeah.
Then and I guess Rollins has nobody either, so I guess they had to find somebody.
Oh my god, that's crazy. That's weird.
And
All
it's
right.
crazy because apparently the original plan was gonna be Rey Mysterio was to face Gunther, but Rey Mysterio is injured right now,
Might be in close to
and I don't think
retiring
Rey
sometime
Mysterio is
soon.
retiring anytime soon.
Well, I heard something about him possibly doing it sometime soon. Just I don't know where. Something in London. What's in London?
Let's see. I'm
What is
surprised.
that? Clash?
Sorry, I'm surprised he will retire in London though.
What in Clash? Right?
Yeah, some
What?
type of clash, I think, at the castle.
Maybe. Yeah, I think
London.
there's something that was said in that, but I don't know. I hold that to minimum confidence.
And June 22nd, Monday Night Raw comes back to London.
All right. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe he'll do it at SmackDown where he debuted.
If I was Ray, probably they're not gonna give him a main event match at WrestleMania. I'm pretty sure that
Right.
won't happen, but he deserves a WrestleMania go home match. Even if he's inserted in like a main event as a triple threat or fatal 4-way, why
Yeah.
not? Foley got it.
Well, I
HBK got it.
I thought actually he,
Taker, yeah,
his goodbye match was against Dominic Rey
it's
Mysterio
fine.
way back, a couple years ago. I thought that was supposed to be a retirement match. All of a sudden, this boy's
He
still
just,
going.
I think he just still has that itch.
Does it?
Remember, Ric Flair was like
Jeez.
70 something, still trying to wrestle even now.
Yeah,
Ric Flair's like,
exactly.
I can still go, and there's a video of him putting on the boots, like they still fit, and people are like, yeah, and keep them off.
Take them off. Take them back off, man. They're not
No,
supposed to
it's good
stay
that they
on.
fit, but we want to make sure they fit in your locker
Yeah,
where you don't see them no more. In
the
your
stadium there
retired,
instead.
not locker, but yourself, where when you retired, those are the retired
Yeah,
boots.
yeah. You put them there. All right, let's
Hey,
let's change it up, man.
yeah.
Let's change it up. Let's get into what's going on with what's new. What's new, Supergirl? Whoa, whoa, whoa! You know, I
I
heard.
think you're gonna
You,
do that.
I heard there was a little thing on the trailer just recently about Superman being present, so that's why I put him on there. And it seems like people are shocked that he's gonna be part of the film or he's cameoing. I'm like, no, duh. I'm like, of course he is. Why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't James Gunn go out there and show Superman in there, just like she showed up in Superman movie? Like, why wouldn't he? That doesn't make any sense to me.
And it might make sense that he's gonna try to probably appear to help her out at some point.
Of
You never
course,
know if she's gonna because she's stronger than he is. I believe in the comics. I think she's
in the
more stronger
cartoons
than
too.
him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they kind of always carry that where she's always have a little bit more, and I think just because of her youth, you know what I mean? Like because she's younger, she's able to absorb the sun at a faster rate than than Superman himself. But it's the fact that she's still young, she can't really control herself the way he can. So I guess that's why he's always been a little obviously smart headed to be like I could do more type of deal. I guess I'm still a little better in that sense, but.
I can't wait to see when they finally decide to do like a Dark Side movie. I
Mhm.
want those two to take on Dark Side like they did in that one cartoon where
Oh
Dark
yeah.
Side appears and he starts mollywopping both of them by himself.
Yeah, exactly. I would like to see that too. Definitely for sure. And the crazy thing is, in this trailers, have you seen Lobo talk as Jason Momoa's Lobo? Have you seen him saying any few words, just except for
I've
laugh and
only seen him laugh.
okay, all right, just me. That's what I was like. Man, has he said anything? I didn't hear nothing else. And then
Which is
thank
cool.
you for
I prefer that.
yeah, same. Like we always say, less is more, right? So
Yeah.
keep it quiet, keep it chill. Wait till we get theaters, and then let me enjoy what's going on right there. Let me see it all, all of it all put together and see what
But
happens
I
there.
like how they're, I believe they're doing really good on marketing too. Look at this whole thing with Superman right now.
Yep,
You don't know what's going on. It's just a
right,
simple little message of Superman just checking on him.
right.
And
And
any
like
other marketing things you can think of?
I was gonna say, the market thing that you did with the whole the Instagram messages, the one that you just shared with me. I didn't realize that was a thing until you shared that over, and I'm over here like, all right, let me send a message, and then boom, they're sending a message back or whatever case to be. That's good interaction. That's good, advertising. That's good playfulness. What's going on here? Utilize that, man. Think they
You
can?
know, I would have liked that if they would have done that for different superheroes. I'm thinking of like even Batman himself.
Yeah.
For Batman, I would have liked it if they would have done it with the Riddler.
Okay.
Imagine having to, like, you type on riddle or something, riddle me this, and you get a riddle, and it would have been cool if that riddle would have taken you to some type of random clue. And everybody clicks on gets a different clue than what you got. And you had to solve that riddle to go to that clue.
Well. Speaking on that though, man, remember there were some encrypted messages type of deal where they had like a website or something like that. Like you had to log into the website to get the message to understand what was going on. Weren't they doing that with during the Batman?
Well, yeah, they were,
Okay,
but I mean, like, something like this where you would have gotten just a direct message like you did with
I got
Supergirl
you.
right now.
Okay.
Can you imagine how crazy that would have been?
No, yeah, that would have been playful and fun for the peeps. That would have gone. That would have gone really well. And right now, it's pretty cool. The other thing is, I think they should do right now would be is something with crypto. You know what I mean? Like something of a like a freaking like one of those little crazy arts that go across your screen when you log into your Instagram, whatever case to be, and then here goes crypto just bouncing around, barking, and then just flying off for whatever case to be. You know what I mean?
Like, nah, I get what you're saying. That'd be cool. Like, you see him flying by,
Mm-hmm.
probably smashing into something.
Yep. Yep. I'm cool with that. Which reminds me, when does Supergirl come out?
I think in June. Okay. You're
What
checking it
time?
right now?
Yeah, I'm checking it out right now. I'm googling it. Let me Google this. Use my Google machine here. Supergirl movie
Because it comes out this year. I'm pretty sure about that.
release date. Yeah, release date is June 26th. Oh damn, got a lot of time, man.
All right, cool. I finally could drive to it.
Yeah, I'll be cool with it. I'm not bad. I'm waiting for it. I'm excited for it. Hold on, one
I'm
second.
gonna have to go to the opening night. Yeah.
Very nice. Yeah, I'm cool with Supergirl. I'm cool with that. I like what they're doing right now. It's fine. I haven't got too much in the trailers. I'm okay with it being less. That way, I'm definitely eager to see what's going on there. But is it just me though? Now let's talk about this real quick. Now that it's brought up real fast, why is James Gunn a little quiet? I
Probably
haven't really
because he's trying to avoid everyone. Um, I think one, he's working on other movies.
okay.
But two, I think he's just trying to avoid all the questions based on the whole WB Paramount thing.
Okay, that does make
I feel
sense.
like the reason why he's quiet is that they did reshoots on Supergirl, so he's probably checking that. And
Okay,
because I think not sooner than now, I think he's going to start working on Superman himself.
for
He's
what
probably writing
production?
a script for it.
Okay,
Yeah, because he's directing Superman, the
okay.
sequel.
It kind of what the crazy thing I'm hearing is a lot of the fans are saying that he's out the door, like he's done with being his role as in DC, and that what's it called, that he's this whole thing with the transition of that he's not gonna move forward with it, that it is what it is when it comes to the transition, and that they'll be picking someone else, but the other person who was tag teaming him, not tag teaming with him on the DC stuff, is staying. I forgot. I don't even know the other guy's name.
Peter Safran.
Yeah. So I don't know how married. You heard anything about that?
I'm trying to look it up right now.
Oh,
Reports suggesting James Gunn is out at Warner Bros. Studios are primarily speculative, stemming from uncertainty regarding a potential Paramount acquisition.
hmm
While rumors suggest he may resign or be replaced if a merger occurs. Others, well, remember when they asked the owner of Paramount if they were going to, fire him, right? Apparently, the owner said no. He wants to keep him there.
huh. Interesting. Very
So
interesting. Then.
you just got to wait and see what happens in the future. Because, like I said before, it's sad because we're barely getting something good, for Paramount to come around, buy WB just to do what they're trying to do, and then now we're back to square one, and we had something good starting,
Yeah,
and now who knows what the hell they create, and we might end up getting another, you know, Josh Whedon style Superman world.
true. No, yeah, that's true. I don't
So
know.
yeah, that's
We'll see. I'm like,
mhm.
I'm okay with what's happening too. I agree with you on the sense of like the direction that they're going with. I never really had a bad situation because, come on, the animated series was dope. They're freaking really entertaining. Superman was corny, but yet still entertaining. Man, I wasn't too mad about it. Like, okay, yeah, it's not Henry Cavill Superman, but it's in the right direction of what I guess they were trying to make Superman be like for the kids. It's perfect. It is perfect for the kids. You know what I mean? Like it's great for them. I'm okay understanding that and being mature enough to know that it's for the children. It ain't for us people. It's for the kids to grow up and enjoy a movie. And for us to take them and enjoy the movie, but also us being able to sit with them and have some fun. Okay? So chill out,
Well,
everybody. I think
Superman,
go ahead.
huh? Let me just put it this way: Superman's always been that symbol of teaching you of hope,
Yeah.
of letting you know what's right from wrong. You know, he's always
Mhm.
been the. If you look at everything Superman ever does, he is like he's always been a hero that has to be Mr. Nice Guy completely. Even though he does take on villains and all that, but you realize he tries not to take them on until they push him too far.
Yeah. Right.
So that's him teaching kids. You know, you don't have to be the guy that's always beating up the villain right away. You can also try to talk them out. Look at the fact
Right.
that in each movie he tries not to even like right now he didn't punch Luther at all. It was his but he had to fight all those because of
Yeah.
course he's not he's not just gonna sit there and say punch me. He's gonna defend himself.
Right. Exactly.
So I think that's the thing is people forget that Superman is kind of like the counter. Well, actually, Spider-Man is the counter of Superman because Superman was created before. But
Mm.
Superman and Spider-Man were both created for kids to sit and watch and have fun.
Yeah. I agree.
It's a flash.
I agree with that. I was just well okay with them. All right, oh man. Let's move to the next thing, which is kind of happening right now during WWE's time and discussion of what's going on with today, man. Because I don't know if you noticed or saw the little clip like I did. Ted DiBiase Jr. was acquitted of his charges. If you remember way back when he was kind of entwined what was going on with Brett Favre and him about the whole money scandal thing going on there and thing in Mississippi. Um,
Yeah,
so he was acquitted, and somehow, some way, there's a video recording of somebody discussing something on the screen. I don't know who the gentleman was, but there's Ted DiBiase Jr. taking a phone call in the back end, just like when Randy Orton accepted a phone call during one of his skits. And then all of a sudden, Ted DiBiase Jr. is like, write it down. April, blah, blah, blah. We'll be there, Las Vegas. So that opens up the door of a possible, legacy reunion here. Now, does that mean he's joining forces with Randy Orton? Does that mean he's helping out Cody Rhodes against Randy Orton?
right now, I think he's gonna have to help out Randy Orton because in the eyes of the public, I don't think he's a good guy right now. People are gonna boo him. So if
Correct.
he goes to help Cody, more likely they're gonna boo him and Cody have to boo him.
Mm. Well,
So yeah, my thought is if he's gonna show up, people are gonna think he's gonna help Cody out just to betray Cody.
okay. I like that theory. I'm not mad at that. Oh, damn. Damn.
Right, just something.
Damn.
I'm in the women's tag team match right now.
Oh, damn. No, this ain't what tag team match? The one with EOS guy?
No, Lyra Valkyria, and because
Oh,
I'm watching it from the beginning.
oh. Well, damn. I'm watching it during this EO scenario, man. They better check on her. You'll see it. Oh my! Oh, this was bad landing, bro. This was a bad landing. Oh man, she trips
Hopefully,
up.
this doesn't cause her to lose her
Oh,
spot at Mania.
I hope not. I hope not. That was a bad bump, bro. That was a bad bump. When you see it, you'll
Because
see what I'm talking about.
if I'm sure, we might end up getting Io Sky versus Asuka 1-on-1, and that's going to be a hell of a match if they do that.
It surely could be. Surely could be. Okay, now what was I discussing? Okay, so I heard your theory. You think Ted is gonna go with Randy. Okay, cool. But here's my thing. Oh man. I think
No?
I'm doing a hot take here. I think
All right.
Cody is finally turning heel. I think Cody will turn the heel at WrestleMania. I think Ted DiBiase Jr. is going to help out Cody and thus begin the reign of the American Nightmare. Finally, fans are going to get the actual American Nightmare storyline that we've deserved since his return. Yes, he's been a great face to the company. Yes, he's been cool in that sense to move forward with all that. But we need a great heel right now. People want to boo, freaking Roman and all that kind of stuff, but he's an anti weird guy. You know what I mean? It's just weird. You got CM
He's an
Punk.
anti-weird guy.
It's an anti-weird guy. Like, he can have a good moment or two on the mic, but let's be honest. He needs to be paired back up again with Paul Heyman so Paul Heyman can do the rest of the talking for him, man. He's not that guy to be on the mic on a consistent basis. He's gotten lucky when it comes to his good scenario runs. All right. He's gotten lucky. I'll give you that. Overall, well, that being said, you got CM Punk, who people are cheering and whatever the case to be, it's fine. Yeah, who's the next great? Who's in the company need as a face? They got plenty of people that could be a face. LA Knight could finally get a push to be a face. Freaking Jey Uso go back to being the face again. Supposedly, you got Rhea Ripley being the face currently right now, that being solid. You got R-Truth being the good face. Like, you can stir away from the company guy and finally give us the company bad guy right now. And I think Cody is prepped and ready for this time right now. He is ready to finally do the bad guy run and for him to be that. He really is. And I think, with this incident happening in there, do I think Ted DiBiase Jr. will keep going with WWE afterwards? I don't think so. I don't think we'll see him very much often afterwards. I think he'll just come in, maybe discuss a few things during Raw, SmackDown, be with the company for like a month or two, and ride off in the sunset and let this be for Cody Rhodes. Okay? That's my thing. I think that is it. And people are going to cheer for, okay? People are going to be starting cheering for Breaker when he comes back. And when he comes back, he's not going to be a heel anymore. People are going to want him to be a face. So there's your face right there, too. There's another big face company guy going forward. So, oh, man, that's my hot take, man. Cody going heel, Ted turning on Randy, Randy thinking he has the one up, all of a sudden loses at WrestleMania. Cody wins again.
That'd be a good way to do it because I don't think you want to have Cody lose back and back like he lost to Cena last year.
Yep.
So, and everybody's thinking Orton's about to get number 15, and what if he does it now? It makes it more important for Orton to chase it even more further down.
Yes.
Knowing that he was close to getting it.
And then think of this scenario too. It's like Ted coming in, and we don't hear nothing from him at the moment, but we do hear explanation in the next few days on Raw, SmackDown, and he explains, Randy, you've always been the selfish one. You developed this legacy thing. It wasn't for us. It wasn't to improve us. It was to improve you and your title runs. It was to take care of your back when you weren't scratching our back. Always putting it at harm, all this good stuff, always trying to keep us down, knowing and thinking that you would be the better legacy, moving forward. And at that point, it fits the narrative. It fits the narrative as to why Ted's doing that. And that's why they'd be like, and you really think you be getting your 15 run or whatever case to be, it's going to get you one step closer to winning and becoming 18-time championship holder? No, we are not helping you for that. So this is a good thing, man. This could be a good thing. I think this could work.
I honestly feel that 18 is going to go to Charlotte Flair.
Please,
Because I
please.
think I think she's at 15 right now. Also, let's see. And
Man,
if they're gonna, because they've been handing that girl title belts like if it
like
was
it was
like if
candy.
she was getting, yeah, there you go. That's the word I was looking for. She right
Charlotte Flair.
now currently is, and she's 39 years old. So I'm looking at her right now.
16, bro. Well, yeah,
So yeah, she's
history
at
with
her dad's
16 and longest world
amount.
championship reigns. Yeah, that's crazy. That's too much. 16? 16. And when did she come in?
So she's a six-time women's championship Raw, seven-time SmackDown champion. That's 13, and two-time
Mm-mm-mm.
women's champion and one-time Divas champion.
Mm-mm-mm. Oh, man. Oh, man. You want to know when she started?
Yeah, when?
2013. 2013, Charlotte
Yeah.
Flair started, and all of a sudden she's had this major title run. Come on. That's not saying, oh, she's been great. That's
So
just saying, oh, you just giving her wins. That's what it's saying, in
it's
my
kind of like what
opinion.
they do with Cena for a while. I mean, look at the fact. I always say like when people are like, Cena's great. I'm like, yeah, because WWE made him great. WWE had
Yep.
to take away the 16 time that Ric Flair had.
Mm-hmm.
And in my opinion, Ric Flair didn't just win all 16 in one promotion. He went around winning belts.
Yes. Yep.
So that's why, in my opinion, Flair is always going to be the better man because better wrestler because of the fact that he didn't just he wasn't just given the belt in one promotion over and over again. He
Yep.
traveled around the world to prove that he was a man in each other promotion.
Yep. He was a better John Cena was a better company man, all right, because he was able to stick
Yeah,
with that one company and take care of and do what he needed to do to be successful there. But vice versa, the company wanted him to be successful, so they put him in good positions. When it came to it, add on to what you're saying is when they came to Flair, Flair didn't stick around and be the company man. Flair wanted to wrestle against the best to show why he was great, to show why he needed to be to have the camera on his face. You know what I mean? Like he drove that attention to be attracted to him. I want this camera to face me, and I want the fans to understand why the camera's facing me. And then in turn help the fans back him when it came to them deciding and saying, Flair, I think it's time for you to go against for the world champion. You're damn right. He deserves to go against the world champion and win too. Yes, he deserves it because he put
and
in the work.
don't forget, he's the only wrestler. Well, not Triple H, but he was the first wrestler to win his championship in the Royal Rumble.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know this. When was this one?
Let's see, 19. I was 8 years old. That would be
You sure?
1990, I think.
You was 800 years old at that time, old man?
I was 800 at the time. I forget that. I started counting my birthdays by century. Instead
Yeah.
of year.
Okay.
So I went backwards. I did a Benjamin Button thing after the 1700s. I was like, you know what? I've been here for too long.
Yeah.
In 1700, I got to witness, George Washington as president and so forth. 1800, ran into
Right.
Lincoln back in his day. So I was like, you know what? I've been here for too damn long. I'd rather start telling people I'm in my 40s when in reality, I'm
Yeah.
thousands of years old.
That's crazy. Boy, you crazy. You wild. So yeah, that's ridiculous. But you're right about that whole Ric Flair. The difference in that. So I'm cool. I'll put it this way. You put in your hot take when it came to that. You had your suggestion. Got mine. Let's see what happens at WrestleMania. It's only around the corner, dude. In 2 weeks? 3 weeks?
Uh, like 3 weeks. Yeah, we're 3 weeks away.
Oh my gosh. That's wild. I'm gonna be sitting here watching WrestleMania on the reject right now. It's gonna be
I'm
nice.
gonna be sitting on my ass at a freaking
Ah,
pay-per-view.
true that. True that. All right, y'all. Get into a quick little break. Going to the promotions now. Of course, everybody. Dynasty Barbershop. You guys don't know, now you know. Scan the QR code now and get your fresh haircut today. All right. And not just today, tomorrow too, as well. Anytime during the week that you're available for. And get it all set up for you guys. You guys need to get a fresh new look. Head over there to our fellow reject brother in arms, Dynasty Barbershop at Alex's. Dynasty Barbershop. But also, too, man, Windy City Savage, man, he was just at C2E2, right? Over there. Enjoyed himself, it looks like. So go on there, take a look and see what occurred, all his likes and dislikes about the whole situation of him being over there. But tune in to watch SG3 as well as Windy City Savage himself as they talk about all the drama that's happening around the world of wrestling, everybody. And then I know they have a new show coming out later tonight. So stay tuned if you guys are interested for sure. Roll It Up Podcast. If you don't know, now you know too. If you enjoy chilling and smoking, sit back and relax and smoke up responsibly with Zach the Mac. And I say that responsibly. All right. Not saying anything like go do it not responsibly. Responsibly, please. If you're not supposed to do it, don't do it. Just saying. But yeah, Zach the Mac, have some fun with the fans and enjoy themselves, hanging out and chilling. You know what I'm saying? Stay tuned to that one. WrestleTude podcast on Spotify. People, if you don't know, go on there, watch Old Man RJ loves how he can share his old man tales, but most importantly, enjoys talking about anything and everything entertaining. Right, old man?
Yep.
Yep. See, he said it first. Also, to Tom's Productions, everybody. Fellow friends over there, if you think it, you can ink it. He can ink it. Sorry, on all your premium decorated needs, people. Sorry, my mind went somewhere else. I was reading somewhere else. My literacy. That's my bad. My bad. I gotta work on it.
Tom, let some kids send you something for you to run down. You can actually mess it up too if you want to.
All right. But also, too, man, if you guys, he has his own little wrestling show that he likes to talk about. It was just on yesterday. Live every second and fourth Sunday at 8 p.m. Central. If you're there on Facebook, mainly, this is big showing out there, everybody. So tune in there if you like to. And recently, we just announced there, everybody, fellow friend, fellow reject, Mark Bond, people, the comedy club in Kansas City. He will be there. All right, enjoy some fun over there. If you guys enjoy, if you're in the Kansas City area, please stop on by Thursday, April the 9th. Man, they'll be having some fun, dropping some giggles, dropping some laughs. It's all about a good time over there. And, fellow reject, I hope you're doing well. Hope you have a great show, man. Obviously, it's in Kansas City. We in the Chi area, so we can't tune in or we can't go over there and have some fun with you, go crazy, shut the city down, but we could do it in spirit. Right, old man?
Yeah, right. For the head of the reject, you got this.
That's right. All right, back to the show, people. Back to the show. Oh, great topic to talk about, old man, because I don't know if you saw or not, but Legend of the White Dragon finally gets a release date, right? Major update that came about, man. It was friggin' awesome to know. And just now, as we were talking in the green room, we found out that this date that they set for it is the actual National Power Rangers Day, which is crazy. It's going to be August 28th.
National Power Rangers Day?
No, had no idea. Had no idea they had a National Power Rangers Day. No idea. Nuts.
Yeah, same here. I wasn't aware of that.
That date is August 28th. It will be in selective theaters. So, definitely take a look at your local theater to see for sure if you're one of those. We're in the Chi area, so hopefully the theater that we tend to go to, one of the Marcus ones, is one of the ones that they have it there. All right. I really hope. And sometimes, oh man, more than likely it is too, because in the past, when they've always had these limited release dates, that theater tends to be one of the theaters they've chosen. So I surely hope it is, because oh man, I think I'm talking about a live showing going in, walking in, live showing coming out of our experience. I really want to do that for this one
Rejects
because
at
they
the
deserve it.
movies.
Huh?
Rejects at the movies.
Yeah, man. For real. Because this
It'll be
was
cool.
go ahead. Go ahead.
We've been talking about this film for ever since we heard about it. Ever since we saw trailers about it, we've been
Yes.
hyped about it for a long time. So
For a very long
it's
time.
good to finally see it come to life. You know, finally see what this is. Jason David Frank's last film.
Yeah.
It's cool to see what it was about, why it took
Yeah.
so long, what were they,
Right.
what is the story like?
Yes. I agree. And then, the crazy thing was, oh man, when we had our old page on Instagram and we're had our little discussion and stuff like that, we had, I was able to have conversations with Jason David Frank before he passed, the months that came to. And, we wanted to get him on the show. We wanted to do, I damn sure want him on the show. I damn sure want to do an interview for show. I know the team was excited. And the fact that we were talking on Instagram like that was just crazy enough to do, like, even to say out loud that really happened. You know what I mean? Going and see him at the Comic-Con conventions in Chicago, taking pictures, having signed autographs like many others do. And then just having those special moments like that. But also too, along the journey of what was going on, like we were, in tune to what was happening with him and that director Aaron, in charge of superpower beatdown on YouTube, when it became a phenomenon of all this type of fights that they had set up. When he did Wolverine and Predator, freaking the White Ranger and Ryu, no, not Ryu, White Ranger and Scorpion, which then gave us the big hype for Green Ranger versus Ryu. That was the biggest hype and everything like that, and showing a different new look of the Green Ranger, which then Power Rangers took that and used that for their own new update to the Green Ranger. So it's like, the fact that Jason David Frank was able to do this, with this type of budget and this type of backing with the fandom, and finally, Aaron completing the project with his team and getting this out there for us fans that who have, and loved, endured, Jason David Frank throughout his time frame. It's awesome to see. It is great to finally say we have an official date set, official date set, and we're gonna go there, have some fun, enjoy the film in his honor, and just come back on here and just talk about all the cool things. And oh man, let's be honest. I think we kind of know what type of budget they had. Are we expecting a Godzilla, King Kong type of budget film to be put this in here to say this is what was going on?
No, not at all.
Right. So that being said, it's not knocking them, saying that, it would be better. No, they tell good stories. They have a good setup. And even with the way they set this up and they do the filming of this, I have a great, 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 just trust that it's going to be that cool just to watch. Like, you don't need all that much. Just give me a cool story, give me some cool action, cool fighting scenes. Man, throw it out there. Always have. And they hear Jason David Frank's, fighting, bro. That's what I'm waiting for. I want to hear, he's always had that sound, the way he fights and stuff like that. He always was unique about that. So I think that's why it got me more excited for this, for sure. For sure. I'm waiting for it, man. I'm excited, though, man. I'm excited. And also, too, August 21st is my B day. That's 7 days later afterwards. I got to watch this for my birthday. I surely do.
Say, you watch it for your birthday. Make it a birthday present series.
Mm-hmm.
Hint to your wife, birthday present.
Facts. Look at that. August 20th. I'm going to put that in my calendar right now as we're speaking. You know what I mean?
I wonder how much it would cost to rent out the whole, just one theater, one cinema.
Oh,
and all of us
that
would go.
Bro, that would be fucking dope. That would be cool if we could do that. Like, I know they were doing that during COVID and stuff like that, renting out your own little theater slot and have fun. But if we're able to do that, that'll be awesome. Like, let's let's combine. Like, I would probably say, let's go talk to Alex. Let's, but hey, since you're on there, if you listen, let's let's combine our B days party like this. We can rent our own birthday as you know in combination with each other. I'll be the white, you'll be the Green Ranger, because obviously you always want to be better than me, some way, shape, or form. um, do that, and then
I'll
what's
be
it
the
called? We
black
work.
one. I
Yeah,
always like the
yeah.
suit.
There you
I ain't
go.
gonna lie. Out of all the, it's crazy because out of all the Rangers, or all the ones that Tommy did, and oh yeah, let's talk about that right now. Let's bring it up between me and you right now. He
Yeah.
only had four suits. He had Zeo. He had, of course, he had Turbo, but he wasn't pretty much Turbo for a long time. So you could say he was Zeo, Red. He was the White Ranger, the Green Ranger, and the Black Dano Thunder Ranger.
Yeah.
Out of those four, which one was like, if you were to place them in order of favorite to least favorite, what's their least favorite and what's their favorite?
Uh, so I would have to say least favorite was honestly Zeo. I was not a really a, I didn't really was a big fan of the Zeo one. I would say Zeo would have been my least, then Dino, and then Turbo was pretty cool actually. When I was watching Turbo, I was really more into Turbo at the time, and yeah, he was for a little bit, but I was there. And then what were the other two? You had the white and the green, right? Those
White
were
and
the
green.
last two. Yeah, white and green.
Yeah.
Then I would have to put the green. I'll have to go with green, and then I'll have to go with the White Ranger. He he
No,
stood his he stood his ground when he had the White Ranger. That was literally, I think, the longest that he was ever to be, a solid Ranger at the time, and then move forward from that. So yeah,
for me, it would have to be. I would have to go with Zeo also. I didn't like Zeo that much, even though it was a pretty cool team up and all and what they did. I
yeah,
just didn't like the suit, so I would go Zeo. Then I would go Turbo because I kind of like the Turbo helmet a little bit.
yeah,
Then I would have to go with the Black Ranger, Black Thunder Ranger.
yeah.
Next, the White Ranger, and then I would have to go Green. The reason why I
Okay.
like Green is because when if you look at him as White and Green, when he was Green and he was villain, he was mollywopping all the Rangers by himself
Oh yeah.
as
Mm-hmm.
Green. And then when the Green Ranger met him, remember how they did a clone of him and himself,
Oh yeah.
and he had to fight the Green Ranger. The Green
Yep.
Ranger was mollywopping him,
Yeah, that's true. He couldn't even beat the Green Ranger himself.
and he was a White Ranger. He was supposed to be stronger, and the Green Ranger was like,
Nope.
this is it.
Yep.
He's like, nope. So that's like when I look at the power and performance, I would have to go Green. But when I look at design wise,
Yeah.
the design wise, I would have to say probably. I think the Black Ranger suit was probably the best design they did
It was the
next to the
coolest.
green one. Yeah,
Yeah, it was the coolest, and then the way they set him up, and I'm not gonna lie too, like during that Dino era that occurred, it really was a big hype for me because I'm like, I mean, I mean, he was the longest Ranger of them all, and then all of a sudden he was gone for X amount of years. This time we've gone older, and then next thing you know, we get a commercial saying the return of Jason David Frank, and we're like, oh snap, these boys coming back as the Power Rangers. Bet, bet, bet. Yeah, we are a little older in high school, I think, during this time frame when he made his comeback. But it's like, bro, that was badass watching them come back. And then for him to be a Ranger again, like, oh hell yeah. Hell yeah. That was awesome. Like he was supposed to
and the
be
funny thing is, he
this,
came
this
back to. Yeah,
go ahead.
no, no, go ahead, go ahead. I wanted to hear what you're gonna say.
Well, yeah, he was gonna end up being like the Zordon of that group, in a sense.
Oh yeah,
You know what I mean? He was supposed to be the
because he's the one
mentor,
that created the suits, right?
if I'm not mistaken, he helped find them. He was the finder. He was the the researcher in a sense, or whatever case. He was kind of like the Indiana Jones. So he found them. He obviously he wasn't getting me to put them on. So you found the kids that were helping him and stuff like that. Gave it to them, and then next thing you know it, he's just mentoring them as they move along. And then he finds the black one, and then that's when he ends up becoming. He takes that one for himself. So I'm like, that's crazy. That was wild.
No, I agree, man. That's why I always like that suit. I always like design wise, I would have to go to the black one was probably the
Yeah.
best design. Then I would have to say
Oh
the
yeah.
white one had a pretty cool design.
Yeah. Yeah, the white one was. That's why I said the white one. I was a big fan favorite of that one, particularly because of the first movie, and then that too when they had the ninja. He had that ninja outfit at first.
Oh, the ninja outfit.
You know, they turned into ninja, and then all of a sudden he turned into a White Ranger right afterwards. So I'm like, man, see that's it was cool during that range, man. It was really dope to see him. I really I miss those times. I do be watching some highlights and put them on there just to check and see for sure what's up, man. Just to do some flashbacks. Really cool. Really dope.
Oh yeah, I'm still waiting for them to come out with new video games where I could just chew them and beat up people again.
There you go. Same. They need to do a crossover interaction. You know what I mean? All right. Now on to the next. And I'm pretty sure this might be the final one, if I'm not mistaken, of our topics of the day to have a nice little discussion about. But this has been catching a lot of our TikTok social media posts. You know, a lot of debate on there, everybody. Put this post out there and I ask social media and I see what they say. And thus far, people have been backing up Luka, saying he is already better than LeBron. Oh man, they are saying he will be better than LeBron. And some of these other little LeBron lovers have also been saying, well, has he won a championship yet? And then other people have been commenting back on that saying, you mean the Mickey Mouse championship? So right now it is very interesting to see this post get a lot of attention. So right now that's why I had to put this up on there. Oh man, it's to do a nice little let's talk about it. Even though Casillas over here, you know, is basically telling us LeBron's equals the GOAT, which no. Luka only got better thanks to LeGoat mentoring him. No, what are you talking about? He got better because LeBron wasn't on the court. All right? He wasn't on the court. Once LeBron left the court, and ever since he's been off, and generally the times that he's been off the court, Luka goes buck crazy and he meshes well with the team. Oh man. I think this is one of the cool things that we're seeing. Is that
he's been sitting his ass down for a good while.
sitting his ass down. So what I've noticed in watching some of these games is that as soon as you see LeBron get removed from the lineup and not involved in what's going on with the team and the design and when they play these games, the Lakers look in sync. The Lakers look like they're playing well together. They're playing like an actual basketball team should. So how the heck does LeBron make that better? He doesn't. You want to know why? Once he gets back up in there, he does all his little flops and then causes all these chaos. And then, oh man, how many times have we seen the video clip nowadays where if LeBron gets a little flop, this guy's on the floor doing all this extra stuff? How many teammates come around and rally around him?
Actually, my question: did you ever see that one of LeBron where, so there's a video where he like fell some dude. So the guy falls to the floor, he's holding his knee, and then like minutes later, LeBron drops onto the floor too, and he's holding his knee. He's like, no, I'm in pain. And you know, it's funny. The whole NBA, like the referees and everybody, all the staff go to check on him. You know, when the guy that got legitimately hurt is on the floor, it's still like, you know, where's my foul? Where's my call? Yep. I wonder if they call a foul on him for getting hurt.
This is gonna be it's wild, man. I am really.
I think I sent that video to you too.
More than likely,
on Instagram.
Yeah, you're more than likely, man. We share a lot of these posts, bro. Like it baffles me. It baffles me why people still keep following and liking this guy. Like, if you are a true NBA lover, if you truly watched the NBA back in the 90s, okay, or even early 80s, and then now watching what's happening right now, There is no way that you are proud of what you see and what LeBron does on that court and when he behaves the way he does. There's no way you could tell me you're proud about that. Okay, he's gotten you stats. He's done all that. That's fine. Go ahead and win the stats. You haven't won you really haven't won the big ones for yourself. Your other teams won the big ones for you. You just been along with the ride, man. You've been part of the team. They've been the ones to carry you all to victory, man. That make no sense. Uh-oh. What do you say? The Hollywood better actor than Jordan can ever try to be. I can't.
Let's see how his movies have done so far.
Thank you for that one. I'm gonna put that up there. That's gonna be my next post. Space Jam 1 versus Space Jam 2. Which one y'all prefer? Now, mind you, old man, I did like what they did in the 3D version over there in Space Jam 2. I did like it. I like how they upgraded Bugs and all the other Looney Tunes. I just didn't like the fact that LeBron's face was near all that upgrade. Didn't like it. Other than that,
Not just that, I didn't like the villains and how they were played into it. Like, I think they should stick with the monsters, but just probably a brand new version of monsters.
I'm cool with that. They could have done better than that. I agree. Take the powers, use it for themselves in that manner, do something different. I agree with you there for sure. The other one didn't make no sense, but it baffles me, old man. Like, dude, at this point right now, are we really are not gonna not talk about this anymore, or is this just gonna keep going even until LeBron retires?
There'll be other players. I mean, once LeBron's gone, there'll be another one. Probably, one that's better. You have Ant to beat LeBron with a weaker team.
True.
And LeBron had Luca, and went out and eliminated them.
Mm-hmm.
Then they eliminated Ant. The NBA decided, hey, we can't let this happen. You eliminated LeBron,
Yeah.
so they found a way to eliminate Ant.
Which is ridiculous. Yeah,
But
it's ridiculous.
in my opinion, it's always going to be the same thing. Like Jordan, people have said before, not just about Jordan, but before Jordan, there was Magic. Before Magic, there was, I forgot how soon Dr. J was, but you had Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, you had Dr. J, you had, so time and time, you always have another player. Like Jordan said, you're like, there can't be a GOAT because back behind me, there was another player that was just good. I was chasing that one. Back before
Right.
him, there was another one.
Right.
So
Right.
I think every era is gonna have that one person you look at. Like right now, it's Jordan.
Yeah.
After that, who knows? I'm not gonna
Right.
say LeBron, but after that, it'll probably still be Jordan and Kobe. And then when you have a new player, who knows where that goes?
I say Steph. At this point right now, Steph Curry has done better, has exceeded expectations,
Wait,
has
remember when I
went
mentioned
well, yeah.
Steph Curry on the other podcast back in the day? I got laughed at when I said it. When everybody said who's the better player, I said why not Steph Curry, who did exactly what LeBron did.
Yeah.
And
And
everyone's like, well, Steph Curry had this, this, and this, and I was like, well, okay, and I stood quiet because I got laughed at. I'm like, but in reality, look at him.
yes, I agree with you. I agree with you because it was always to my extent of saying who had the better record in the NBA Finals, LeBron or Steph. Steph has a better winning record in the finals overall. And yeah, okay, just because you had KD involved into the team doesn't mean Jack Baloney. They still would have won without KD. KD got there, went along with the ride, helped to win the victory. That wasn't the big thing back then. It made
Didn't
no
Steph
sense.
Curry win at least two of them without KD?
Yes.
Because I think KD only has 2 rings, doesn't he?
He only has those 2 rings when he was with them.
Yeah.
So it doesn't
So
make
you really can't say that KD was the I can't think of the word, but the it factor.
Yeah. It really it's not. And KD hasn't won ever since then. Totally has not. So it's like that just goes to show. Steph made you better. And right now going on, it's even kind of making the case when it's coming to what's his face that's over the Mavericks now, Klay Thompson. Now I've always been a Klay Thompson fan in general. Always been a Klay Thompson fan. I think he was a big piece to their win dynasty at that time frame. I'm not saying he was but it was complimentary. Him, Klay, and freaking Draymond that's the big three over there. And the fact that they were homegrown and not just brought in, bro, that made it better. Made it better. Like this whole thing about let me go to here, let me go there with you and join you there. Let me hang out with you over there and let's have some fun. Like you got to relax. Can't stop, man. When can we go? I'm really hoping now that the fact that we're shedding light on that give some of these NBA players to be like, you know what? I need to be a homegrown talent. I can't be in this discussion that because if I'm not a homegrown
they don't care
talent.
about that? And I'll tell you why they don't care about it. These NBA players don't care about it because they're already getting paid the money that Jordan struggled to make back in his day.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like I said about boxing, I'll say it about basketball and even football. Yep. Nowadays, they're getting paid good amount of money to not worry about being a world champion.
Yeah.
To not worry about their name, probably the NBA is telling them, hey, we got to make this guy look good, so y'all just sit back and lose.
Yeah.
And sadly, that might be it. But it's just looking at it right now, when you're making money, do you really want to go out there and try to, of course, you're going to put your name out there. You're going to play and win games out there, score good. Mm-hmm. But, you're going to probably later on, you don't care about your legacy. You're going to join another player who will take the credit for what you do.
Facts.
But you'll get a championship ring on your name.
Yeah.
And probably you're the one that carries the team, but they'll be like, oh, yeah, this guy is the one that, did it. Give him the trophy.
For real. It baffles me. It gets to me. I can't keep continuing here listening to all people enjoying this whole LeBron and people saying, oh, let me have fun with him and let me hang out with him in all these cases, because it's like, oh my God, you guys, come on, just stop it already. It's not helping you. It's not. All you're just gonna tell me, okay, he's had more points, he's had more rebounds. Of course, the fucking longer he stays in there, he's gonna have more minutes, longer seasons, longer sit-backs, longer relaxed days on there. Like he's gonna have more if he's involved. And the fact that he's set himself to the point where the company he has to force the company to put him in these situations, that's even better, I guess, in his way, shape, or form. That's even better in that part. But the aura that comes with it is not greatness. It is not. It is just, you did a good job. You've won a participation award. You participated in the NBA very well. But your greatness, I'm sorry, there's a lot of shadow. There's a lot of asterisks. There's a lot of, weirdness that comes around with that. There's going to be so much negativity that kind of carries with that, all because of that. So I can't sit here and do that. And here's my thing, old man. If Luka, now that he's with the Lakers, if Luka could go there and win 2 championships, come on, at least 2. If he can go out there and win 2, there's going to be so many people that's going to be like, oh, look at that. Luka won 2 championships. He was in the NBA Finals with the Lakers. 2-0. What was LeBron in the finals? 1 and 1 and what? Was it 1 and 1? 1 and 1? 1 and 2? Probably.
16 now? I'm not sure.
I don't even think
he's only made the finals like twice, right?
That's
I don't think he's made that afterwards.
I don't think he's made it afterwards either. How many times he's gone to the finals? Yeah, now we're talking about that. I'll look at it right now.
NBA finals.
How many times has LeBron?
I just put down
went to the
appearances.
Finals with the Lakers. One time. One time. He's gone to Lakers one time since he's been there. He's been there since last final appearance of 2020, man. That was 6 years ago, my dog. 6 years ago.
Well, at least you could say he instead of the amount of rings that he won, he's been with the team for the amount of rings that Jordan has held.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's wild, man. I'm getting all these text messages from G Money on our chat, man. He keeps shining up. He's shining up LeBron like, oh, he's better. He's doing this. Left in year 21, LeBron. Right is year 14 of Jordan. 25 more point. Okay, average. Okay, that's fine. You can average your statistics well. That is okay. You want to know why? Because he played in less games. He's had in those less games, he's accumulated more points, accumulated all that just for that. That's it. That don't make him better. That does not. If you go out there and play the game from start to finish, from start of the season to the end of the season, effort from start to finish, and then at that too, win the big one, you are a great NBA player. You're just participating. You're participating, having a great job. That's it. You're just good at your job. That's all.
When they got eliminated, when they got swept by the Phoenix Suns,
man,
weren't they missing some key players in Phoenix?
I think so. I think that's when, if I'm not mistaken, I think that's when CP3 got injured. If I'm not mistaken, I think that's where one of their high volume bench players was out for sure. And I think even one of their other starting lineups. No, Booker was there. Booker was all over LeBron's face.
That was just only Booker that took care of them.
Yep. Booker was all over LeBron's face.
And look at the players LeBron had in his team at that time.
Yep.
And he get swept, or did they win one? I forgot.
For what? The Suns?
Yeah, against the Suns. I forgot. They got swept, or they won one.
21. Let's see. In 2021 Western Conference first round, Phoenix Suns defeated LeBron James in 6 games. So they won 2.
Oh, so they won one. Yeah. So what? That's what you call a gentleman's sweep, right? Or no?
Yeah. Because despite it was gentleman's sweep. No, gentleman's sweep is 4-1. And then 4-2 is just, you kind of you just won that series. You won those series. And a sweep 4-0. I'll put that. I just put there. You give me a lot of stats there. You give me a lot of stats, G Money. But how many times has Jordan been swept? How many times has LeBron been swept? Let's put it that way.
Don't forget. Longer careers. That means more.
Yep.
More NBA playoff bookings.
I'll put it this way. Okay, you guys like to highlight the whole I brought these bum Cavs to a NBA championship final. That's fine. Jordan brought a coke-infested Chicago Bulls team to the NBA finals, and still went out there and had great games. They didn't lose. They lost. I mean, they did lose, but Jordan went out there and took care of his business, just like how LeBron takes care of his business.
He took them to the playoffs, but not the finals.
Huh? No, the finals. That's when he fought the Lakers. Oh, you're right.
No,
conference finals.
Yeah, because Jordan's never lost at the finals.
Yeah, you're right. My bad. That's my fault. Yep, wrong statistic. Took him over there. Had some fun.
I think you were thinking about James.
Yeah, could be. Wasn't about that, but it is what it is. That's what happened. And then at that too, it's like, yeah, that's fine. You can have all those stats all you want. That's cool. It's fun. It is fun. It's cute. Your participation awards is cute and all. You still haven't been equivalent to what Jordan's done. It's taken you twice as many years to sit there and have all these extra points. And I've always said it. I'll say it. I'm gonna keep saying it. Like I've said it before. LeBron only went after the stats because he lost in the finals. As soon as he lost the finals, you can look at it and start from there and notice he was aiming to go for those stats. As soon as that first loss hit him, that was all he was more worried about. All he was worried about. Because what would have made him better than Jordan at that time would have been if he would have appeared in the finals 6, but then said, let me get this extra one and let me get that dub so I'm 7-0 in the finals. Now, it would have been a major debate for sure had he said, I'm going to go to, two different teams and still went to the finals. But if you were still undefeated while you were there, that would have helped carry some weight in that argument and saying, well, Jordan did it in one team. Well, LeBron did it in others. You're right. That would have probably helped out LeBron. But because you went elsewhere and because you added those L's to your record in those finals, your argument of you being better, it has diminished a lot. And if you would have played the type of NBA game the way the NBA players did in the past, probably would have never done nothing. You probably would have won some, but no way. But the game evolves. Okay. You evolved around with it. You faked a lot of stuff. You pretend to do a lot of different things. You work the system, LeBron. Great job. But because of that NBA final loss,
And
that's where you stop being there.
don't forget, All-Star game, Kobe challenged him into like going one-on-one, and LeBron
Yeah.
passed the ball.
Yes.
And then
Yes.
Kobe, after making sure LeBron can even score a point at the end of the game, he actually tells LeBron in the face, "You can't score on me."
Yep. Can't do it.
What does that tell you?
It just tells me that LeBron knew how to pick and choose when he needed to be LeBron. He knew how to pick and choose when he needed to show some limelight. And this whole, LeBron did a block from the back and that's a big highlight or whatever case to be. Okay. Oh my gosh. Great moments. You learn how to take advantage of what was going on instead of going full force and facing
who he
it
reminds
head
me
on.
of?
Go ahead.
You know who he reminds me of? That one character from Dragon Ball Z.
Hercules?
He's a Pan. Yeah.
I was just guessing too, and the fact that you had put that out there. That is so true.
He got Goku Vegeta that conquered everything.
Yep.
And
yes,
Hercules is the one taking the credit.
Yes. Yep. I agree. And the other thing is too, old man. It's like I would love to have seen if LeBron would have joined a Greg Popovich over there in San Antonio when he had a chance. He had a chance. If he were to have joined that coach there and then just played in his system, I'm sorry, old man. I think LeBron would have definitely won 7 to 8 championships had he been paired up with a Greg Popovich. Not saying they would have won back-to-back consecutive.
You need to be coachable.
Again, you needed to be coachable. You needed to be coachable. You needed to be the NBA player that you needed to be in order to hear the coach's word of wisdom, and then distribute them on the court. Not play for yourself, not hire your own coaches, not sit there and make your own team. That's not greatness. That's selfishness. So it's like, man, that's crazy. Oh, that's crazy. Oh, just would have loved to have seen that. I actually would have loved to have seen LeBron get coached by Greg Popovich. I think that combination would have been great. But I don't think LeBron's mature enough. I don't think he's mature enough now, nor I don't think he was freaking mature enough to even be entertained with the idea of let me be with coach. He can respect it from a distance because that's also the same thing as like a a a, a child respecting a stepfather from a distance. You're there. I like what you did with your. I like the work that you did. You took care of your family. I love it. It's cool. You were nice to me. You were cool, cordial, whatever. But there is no way LeBron would have said, "Let me be coached by Greg Popovich and let me be that." No way. Luka has 0 championships at age
And
27.
reason why is
And
because
if Luka wins 2 championships in the LA with the Lakers, if Luka if Luka wins 2 championships with the Lakers, he's already been better than LeBron.
no,
If he
you know
stays
what?
there.
Let's give Luca the same amount of players that LeBron had in this team.
Oh,
Let's
that
give
makes
him
it
the
yes. Yeah, let's give Luka the same amount of freaking NBA talent that LeBron had with the Lakers with the NBA talent. Let's give Luka AD. Let's give Luka a freaking Russell Westbrook. Right, I'm saying it right. What Russell? Let's give.
and
Who else was the other player that was on there?
Howard.
No, not Howard. Dwight Howard. Yes, Dwight Howard. Yep,
Yeah,
yep.
look at that. You had three tall, monstrous guys. You had LeBron, you had Howard, you had Davis. You don't think they weren't gonna dominate?
Right. And let me put this out there. I'll put this out there. LeBron was already a champion by that age. You're correct. You want to know why? Because he was in the Eastern Conference. He was already there. But when he ended up ever since Luka's been with the conference, he's been in the Western Conference, the most challenging conference of them all. Ask LeBron. How many times has he made it to the NBA Finals since he's been in the Western Conference there, old guy? Huh? How many times has he been there? Just once. And he's just won once. And in the last 6 years, in the actual full length of an NBA season, he's gotten swept multiple times in the NBA Finals. He ain't nothing. He ain't there, my guy. He ain't there. What Luka made Kyrie Irving lose in the playoff games? Well, that was because he was bloated, man. He was drinking a lot of beers. That's why they were telling him to stop drinking. He was having a little too much fun. They're like, that's not how you should do it. You need to be like MJ, have a cigar with the beer to help balance each other out. Do what they did. Have that cigar with the beer to help you balance your levels out. You'd have been perfectly fine. Come on. Oh.
Here's a
Luka,
question I got.
no. Yeah, he might have admitted it, but that's because LeBron was watching him from a distance. Like, you better say what I told you to say. You better say it, or you traded. Like, Luka wants to be in California. He wants to be in the warm weather. He wants to be near Hollywood. He wants to have some fun. Okay? You don't think LeBron got a bunch of these people watching him, keeping an eye on him, saying he better say the right thing. If he says the wrong thing, he's out of here. How many times have we seen that? It's ridiculous.
Do you really think they want to get rid of him though?
Who?
Even now, Luka. Do you really think LA wants to get rid of him after the money they
Hell
paid to
no.
get him?
No, they're not. They don't want to
Look
get
at the
rid of
fact they
Luka.
got rid of AD for Luka.
Yes.
It's the worst trade you could ever do in history.
Yes. Like freaking Mavericks were like so. Whoever was in charge of that Mavericks, I think, got fired for that stupid trade. There was no reason for that trade that happening. No reason. All because LeBron said, "I need someone to do. I need somebody who's going to carry the load, who I'm able to put in my vicinity for him to train, and for me to talk to and let him know you're the guy that's going to carry the load. I'm the guy that's going to be on plastered all over social media. I'm the guy that's going to be face first when it comes to conversations of this team. Me. But you're going to be the guy that goes on that court and does all the grunt work, that sits there and plays hard, makes the team good, play good, but I'll get the credit afterwards. That's just me. Okay? All because I gave the okay for you to come aboard. That's what happened. Okay? That's what always happens with this guy. Evidently, that's why everyone leaves afterwards, man. Come on with something new. Come up with something new. Ay, old guy, old man. These love letters over here makes me sick. Makes me sick. Look at MJ, man. This guy's in NASCAR, and this guy's dominating in NASCAR. He's won 2 in a row. 2 in a row there,
He has
old
to sue
man.
NASCAR. I forget why he sued NASCAR, but he sued them. So I think he sued them for so they will let him actually be able to join NASCAR.
Let me see here. Why did MJ sue NASCAR? Allegedly, antitrust violations and unfair monopolistic practices. Together in Front Row Motorsports, they argue that NASCAR's character system unfairly restricted team revenue, guaranteed too much control to the France family, and forced teams to accept disadvantageous financial agreements. That is why he sued him. So yeah, because they're being
And he won.
unfair. And he won. And he won twice into that after that. He won 2 times after that. He's going for his 3rd. Oh my God. You know how social media is going to be all over this old man when it comes to him winning a 3rd championship over there in NASCAR? And at that too, another 3-peat. Oh my God. Everyone's going to be all over this. They don't freaking care about LeBron's fake stats. They're going to be all over this and saying, wow. Here he is again, MJ, 3-peat again. If he would have been playing for the Bulls afterwards, he would have got another 3-peat after that. We would have gone for that dynasty. My God. It would have been 6. It would have been 9 championships, my guy. 9. And they would have been NBA's first NBA team to go 4 in a row. OMG. I've
Yeah,
never
actually,
seen.
Gunther. Sorry, you know how you mentioned Gunther a while ago?
Yeah.
Gunther grabs Seth Rollins' face and he points at the sign saying, I'll beat you at WrestleMania.
Well, looks like they are going to WrestleMania then for sure. Yep. Well, interesting. Very interesting. But yeah, what was I talking about after that? So yeah.
Jordan winning his another
7
3-peat.
championship. Yeah, he would have won another 3-peat when it comes to NASCAR. And at that too, talk about greatness, okay? Yeah. LeBron has gone to 10 NBA finals. Has he ever had a 3-peat? No.
Wait, how long has he been playing?
He's been, thank you. He's been playing what, 22 seasons, 20 some seasons, and he's never won back three in a row? No, he has not.
No,
and don't
not
give me
just
this.
that, but 22 seasons. And how many times has he been to the finals out of those 22?
It's freaking. He's
10, right?
10 in a row, yeah. Jordan paid for NASCAR team to win. Not impressive. He just dropped money. No. He received money. He didn't drop no money. He said, give me fair money so I can participate properly. And that's what
now he's just
winning.
pushing.
Yeah, right? Now he's fishing because obviously I said what I said was right. What I said was right. LeBron has never had a 3-peat over all many years that he's been in there. How many Hall of Famers that's been participating on his team, no matter how many times he was able to structure an NBA team, he has still yet to win a 3-peat. And I don't want to hear no BS about, oh, the system is more complicated. No, it ain't not. No, it is not. It is not complicated. He should have advantages, if anything, because of the team that he constructs. And of that too, the type of players that shoot, they play, get the rebounds for him, all this good stuff. Like, doesn't make any sense to me, man. Makes any sense to me. I'm shocked that LeBron hasn't won 3 in a row. I am shocked. Did Kobe? Oh, Kobe did, right? Right, old man? Didn't Kobe win 3 in a row?
Did. Yeah.
Yes. Didn't Shaq win 3 in a row?
Championship.
Let's see. LeBron was the youngest basketball player to become a billionaire. Yeah, of course he was able to become a billionaire, man. You want to know why? Because I don't want to tell you why. Because, okay, I'll tell you why. You want to know why? LeBron was the youngest basketball player to become a billionaire? Because all the nights he spent at Diddy, all right? All those nights he spent at those Diddy parties, he decided to become a billionaire. All because his price ticket went up when it came to his party showings. All right? That's what happened. La billionaire. La Diddy. That's what it was. He's a La Diddy party player. Kobe won 3 in a row after getting Shaq on his team. Oh, here we go. After getting Shaq on his team. There we
Yeah, but
go.
LeBron had Shaq on his team. He didn't do nothing.
Yeah, exactly. LeBron had Shaq on his team and nothing. LeBron had Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh on this team. Did they do anything? No. They went
Only
to 3
one.
finals. They went to 3 finals in a row. But what happened when they got to the third one? Disappeared. Lost. Couldn't do nothing. Couldn't win the big one. Couldn't win the big one. Nope. No
They
siree.
only won it once.
Oh, here we go. 3 peats are won by teams, not one player. No, mamas. You can't pick and choose, man. You cannot pick and
Well,
choose.
yeah, that means that LeBron's team just couldn't pull it off. That's why he kept switching and couldn't pull it off over there either.
You want to talk about a greater player than compare the player stats.
He did. 10 finals, 22 seasons.
compare then talk related to championships. That it's all relative. It's all the same. The player helps the team. The team helps win championships. The player ignites the team. The player is what drives them to win and helps them. The player also too becomes the leader that is needed for the coach to be a coach and to coach the team and say,
It's
here,
like
player.
how when people right now are talking about Messi being the greatest right now, and I'm like,
Oh,
wait until this year. He's playing
what?
this year. If he plays, if Argentina wins, cool. He won 2 World Cups. Now let's
Mm-hmm.
look at the guys in Brazil that won 3 in a row, I think it was. Let's see.
Yeah. See? Drives me nuts, man. Where are we at right now? We're at 10, 11. We'll go 3 more minutes for 10, 15. We'll cut it.
Yeah.
Cut it for tonight. I got to get these rascals to sleep. I'm over here.
Question
What's
for
up?
you.
Yeah.
All right, let me ask you one thing. So, we're gonna let's switch from basketball. We're gonna talk about age, difference between age then and now. We'll look at who can I think of? Not now, but like let's say in history, sports players that were great. We'll talk about
Okay.
probably let's talk about Julio Cesar Chavez. Okay.
Okay. Cooler
My
says
question to
Chavez.
you is, let's say Chavez in his last fights, like let's say probably before his peak was getting there, like let's say before he lost,
Mhm.
that Chavez versus a young Chavez, who would have won? Let's say Chavez when he won the championship versus Chavez in his like 80th boxing fight.
I would have to go with the Chavez who's going for the championship.
Versus one that's already 80 something and no.
Yes. Yep. The versus the one that was 80 something or no. I would have to go for the younger. The reason being is because it happens to every fighter. The rise up is always when that fighter is at their best. The rise up is because of determination, their focus, their training is extensively tougher. And hold on. Hold on. Yeah, still. Give me a sec. I'm gonna just put the camera off real quick and I'll still answer the question.
All right.
Okay, you can cross. So yeah, what was I saying? So the extensive training camp, the rise up, determination, the factor of wanting the championship at that time and going for the title belt, all of that plays into play of why they fight better. It's always look what happened to Conor McGregor, look what happened to Khabib, look what happened to freaking Ronda Rousey, look what happened to Mayweather. In a sense, well, Mayweather is a phenomenon, all right. But honestly, when you saw Mayweather go up in rankings to get to the championship time, like he was boxing. He was actually, instead of being the ultimate defender, he was boxing these players. He was boxing these other boxers out there, throwing punches back and forth and being aggressive with those fights. Then you had Ali. Ali did phenomenally. He was at his peakest when he was going up for the championship and wanting to fight for it. He lost when he was on top, but the fact that he kept going was that eagerness to stay there, and he wanted to stay on top, which yes is there, but because you lost one, you're prone to lose another, which then in turn happens again. So there's that. Mike Tyson, the rise up was such a crazy phenomenon. But once you got to the top and once you were there to kind of sustain it, it's hard to. That person now you're when you're on the top and you're having this time to sustain it, you're learning the money. You're going out doing all this media talks. You're going out there having fun with other celebrities. You're enjoying yourselves. You're going out to these different clubs that, what's it called, that are popping off and stuff, these debuts and everything like that, the movies, you know what I mean? Like, you're doing all these different things, so your focus is not onto the fight as it was when you were upcoming, because while you're upcoming, no one really is paying attention to you in that manner. They're not really inviting you too much, or if they are,
You're not
at
really that
least
big name yet.
right, or if you are, you're over there saying, nah, never mind, let me not do it because I don't want to lose my focus. So that's why I gotta play it as. No.
And well, here's another question though. Instead of Chavez in his like 80th, I think let's see when he fought Camacho. How far was he? Uh, Chavez against Camacho. I want to see what was that? Chavez against Camacho. Because that's probably one of his best fights was against Camacho. Camacho.
It was 92, so Chavez would have been what?
So Chavez was
Chavez
born
was
in
30.
1962, so he was 30.
Yeah, it was
Let's see
30.
when he won his first championship. First championship. When he won his first championship, he was in 1984. So that'd be should be like in his 20s when he won his championship. 22, actually. So 30-year-old Chavez versus 22-year-old Chavez.
Mm-hmm. I'm going with 22-year-old Chavez.
Would it matter knowing that Chavez, who's 30-year-old Chavez, knew all the weaknesses that 22-year-old Chavez didn't know? And the fact
It,
that 30-year-old Chavez learned new techniques.
it it would play a big big part of the victory. It definitely would. I would have to say yes. It does play a big part to the victory. So in cases like this, there's there's always going to be a two-way incident that this can go. Either the smarter fighter outboxed the boxer, or the boxer had that hell of a night and pretty much beat the true champion at that point, the fighter itself.
I
Like,
think
you
we
know what I
should
mean?
make a
Like,
post
had
based
more.
on this.
What's up?
I think we should have a post like this. Post 30-year-old Chavez and post young Chavez
Yeah,
and see what people pick.
true. I would like to see. Yeah, that would be a good, interesting fact to kind of see. Right now, we were asking the question there. Thank you for tuning in. We're asking the question of. Go ahead. What was the question, though, man? You had put it
So
out there like that.
Chavez, when he fought Camacho, he was like in his
Right.
30s. He was 30 years old, somewhere around there. And when he first won for the championship and won it, he was like 22.
Yeah.
Whoever's listening, do you think that 30-year-old Chavez would beat 22-year-old Chavez?
30-year-old Chavez versus 22-year-old Chavez. Who would win in a boxing fight? And I guess you would say that kind of goes with any other boxer. If you watch boxing or any MMA fights at that point, the 30-year-old fighter
Yeah, and
or
I
the
want to.
20-year-old fighter
Mhm. Yeah,
or
we'll
22-year-old
bring in
fighter.
other fighters later on. Right
Yeah,
now, we'll go with Chavez for this one.
yeah.
Well, I think we'll do this at every time we do a show.
Are we getting there to have a chat about it and stuff like that? That's what we're talking about. But earlier we were talking about some other stuff. So you're tuning in. We had a good talk about Luca and LeBron. We had a great conversation about that one. Then we were talking about freaking Legend of the White Dragon, the announcement that came about, the freaking Supergirl
Karl
trailer
Malone.
that just popped off, Karl Malone incident about us finding out that he got a 13-year-old daughter pregnant when he was 20, a sophomore in college. Man, A lot of crazy stuff that occurred, and we were just, we had a good little discussion about it. So, tune in if you can, or rewatch the show. We're gonna actually be ending the stream at the moment right now in a few minutes here. But that was a good little chat though. Oh man, that was.
Yeah, mention that on your TikTok post. Let's see what we get. TikTok and
Yeah.
Instagram. It'll be a fun post
Hmm.
to read and see what the outcome is.
No, yeah, I agree. I definitely agree. Well, I gotta sign off. I gotta get these little rascals to bed. It is late for sure. The dad is, screaming a little too much. So I gotta do that. Plus the wifey's home. Can't keep the camera on too long, man. Gotta keep that off. I don't want y'all
Do
peeping.
what you gotta do.
Sickos.
All right, man.
So,
Well,
all right, big
I'll
dog.
see you my
Well,
good night, and yeah.
yeah, you too. Sometime this week though. We'll keep each other posted. We may be back tomorrow. If not, we'll stay tuned for, later this week for sure. All
Okay.
right.
All
All
right,
right, big
sounds
dog.
good, man. Y'all have a
Have a
good
good
night
one.
out there. Yep.
Arts and Rec, thank you for tuning in. If you like, please like, share, and subscribe. See you later. Who was that?